Hello children, welcome back once again. Again we will see one more story now. See about the dog and his reflection, his shadow. So have you heard the dog's reflection, children? The story of dog and its reflection. What was it? Yes, one day the greedy dog, right? Yes, we have seen this story. But in different way today we will see once more the dog and his shadow. So what happened in the story in a nutshell? What happened? The dog was in an impression. He got the bone and he was having it. But what happened? He thought to have it at the home. So he was walking towards the home, towards his home. Then what happened? He saw a reflection, but it was his reflection. He didn't thought that. He thought it was some other dog who is also having a big piece of meat with him. So he was greedy. Why he was greedy? Because he was thinking, I am having one meat, I will have that meat too. So I will get two meat. So what happen if we are going for greedy too much? Ultimately what will happen? We will have nothing. Nothing is left with us. If we are having one, we should be happy with it, what we are having. Okay, children. So this story will learn now. So what happened? This bone, that is this piece of meat, will fall down. As he will bark, bow, bow, the piece of meat will fall down. That is, it will fall down. And what happened? Ultimately, he will lose. He will not have to eat. See now the story. The dog and his shadow. Tommy was a stray dog. Tommy, that is the dog whose name is Tommy. Tommy was a stray dog. He fed on leftovers given to him by some kind-hearted people. That means he was a stray dog. So you know stray dog. Who all are stray dog? So what happened that he fed on, that is he was living on the survival was leftovers. Leftovers means those who are kind-hearted people, they will give him the leftovers or something to eat to the dog, the stray dog. So one day what happened? That only he will have. One day a butcher gave him a big piece of meat. He wanted to eat it all alone. So what the dog does, the Tommy, the dog, what he wanted to have the entire meat all by himself. So he looked for a lonely place across the river. Why? Because he thought, if I will have here, someone will come and snatch from me. So it's better we will see a lonely place, a place where no one will come. I will go there and then I will have it all by myself. So he looked for a lonely place across the river. While crossing the bridge over the river, the bridge, while he was crossing, he saw another dog with a piece of meat in his mouth. It was actually his own reflection, right children? It was actually his own reflection and in the water. He did not know this and wanted to grab the meat from the other dog. See what I said you? He was in greed. He wanted the other meat too. Though he was having the one meat, he was not satisfied with it. He wanted to have the another meat from the other dog who is in the here. But he was not aware that it is his reflection. Then what happened? As he opened his mouth to bark, his own piece of meat fell down in the water. Thus, the foolish dog, because of his greed, lost his food as well. That means the dog, what happened? He was too greedy, right? Too much greedy. That's why whatever he was having, he lost it. Ultimately, what happened? He was planning, he was having one meat, right? He wanted one more meat as here the another dog is there who is also having a piece of meat, a big piece of meat. So he was having one, he wanted one more. What happened ultimately? He is left with nothing now. See, the dog and his shadow. Tommy was a stray dog. He fed on leftovers given to him by some kind-hearted people. One day, a butcher gave him a big piece of meat. He wanted to eat it all alone. So, what happened? So, he looked for a lonely place across the river. While crossing the bridge over the river, he saw another dog with a piece of meat in his mouth. It was actually his own reflection in the water. He did not know this and wanted to grab the meat from the other dog. As he opened his mouth to bark, his own piece of meat fell down in the water. Thus, the foolish dog, because of his greed, lost his food as well. Thank you, children. Thank you for giving your precious time and watching the video. Please do subscribe if you have not yet subscribed.